Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and today we're going to be doing an account review for Boogie MJ, who put on our Discord some of the picture screenshots that he has. He is a Grace main that primarily is looking to focus on improving his Grace team. Currently, he's running these teams over here. He's not planning pool for Piper, not planning pool for Jane, so he doesn't want any of them and just wants to know how to progress, where to spend his energy right now. Decent clear so far, already S clearing through the Shui defense nodes. He's Internet level 53. Small spender that is absolutely broke right now, so 0 polychromes with 9 PT. Some key things that I think that I'm looking at is he wants the entirety of section 6. He is considering Bernice that is upcoming because doesn't want Piper or Jane. At the same time, thinking of pulling for Seth to replace Lucy in his second team over here to finish his triple electric team. So some thoughts. Let's answer step by step. The first thing first is, where do you take a Grace team from here if you don't want to pull for Jane, which I understand not everyone has a lot of resources, especially if you build your Ice and Aether team out already very early on. There are two ways to take it. One is running a mono electric team. So that would be, for any of you who are watching this video, would be for example, Grace, Unbi if you do not have Rena and Anton. But in this case, because Mr. Boogie MJ already has Rena and is looking to replace Lucy, it's very easy to go into a mono electric team with Anton, Grace, as well as Rena. And let me just see what is the stats that he has on his Anton. Already at M5, unfortunately level 10, but very, very easily you can make a very good mono electric team without even having to make any pulls, spend any resources. So that would be probably the better recommendation for a mono electric team. If you don't care too much about going into this order, I think Anton, M5, you already have it. Very, very attractive. Why I don't recommend you actually pulling for Seth on a banner that you do not want, you don't want Jane, is what if you get Jane early? It's nice to have an extra character early, but your objective here is to get Miyabi and the entire section 6. We don't know when they are going to come about, whether in 2 patches, but if that's the case, if it's in 2 patches time, you have no resources, you will probably need to save up right now as much as you can so you can get all the characters that you really love when they come out in 1, 2 patches, 3 patches, who knows when it will be. So I recommend start saving soon. You are a monthly MVP player, I hope you don't have to spend more than that, so you should be able to build up your savings quite quickly at this point too. So, honest recommendation, Anton, probably good enough. If you want to diversify, and the second way you can take your Grace team would be, of course, considering Bernice or considering a character like Piper, which you already have at M2 as well. So, second route, Bernice, of course, we haven't watched the live stream as of time of recording, so I don't want to talk about leaks. We are not allowed to talk about leaks for Hoyoverse. I would say that if you don't really like Bernice too much, you're not a super huge fan of her, it seems like you want to just build your Grace teams out a little bit more. My recommendation is, other than the Anton going for that, work with characters that you have. Piper is really, really very strong. You are not a fan of Piper, I'm not exactly sure why. If it's not design and it's not other bias that is not meta related, Piper is actually very easy to play once you get her rotations right. We have videos on the channel teaching you how to play Piper to shorten her rotations to make her much more smoother to play rather than an on-field DPS that's kind of stuck over there as well. So that will be my recommendations for the 2 ways you can take almost at no cost. You pretty much have excellent ways to address it as well. So 2 things to take your Grace recommendation. And the next question that you of course have is we talked about whether you should save for Miyabi section 6 and what you should have settle for Grace. In that case, what would be your stamina consumption move forward? Likely would be to invest in Anton if you are planning the electric route. But of course, I want to fix your account as well. You have some characters here. I saw some things that I want to mention, which I'll talk about. Other than that, unreleased characters I won't really talk about too much right now because we don't have official information. The last information before we talk about your builds is, should you build Soldier 11? Is a 3rd team necessary? It's a good question to think about branching out into other elements, because right now you're mainly focused on Aether, you're mainly focused on Electric. So far in the game, I think you are more or less set. I haven't seen a match so far that both sides, left and right, are weak to or strong against the same element so far. So at least for now, Hoyoverse allows us to just play 2 teams. In future, yes, we might need to expand to 3 teams, but probably you will have Miyabi by then. You already have access to whatever her element is. If it's same as CBT, you probably have access to Ice, which I think is good enough for most people. So no real rush to actually expand right now. I would spend my energy saving and fixing your current characters. So I see some of your characters very strong. You have them very well built. You have core skill 6 on your Zhu Yuan as well. You went all the way to F. So very well invested character tool with a decent amount of sets. The ones that I think I want to like comment on will be your Qingyi. I'm not too sure what is the main stat that you're using on here, and I can't like click and tell us. I don't read this very well too. But one of the important things that I think you need to consider is stun characters. You want more levels in their HP, defense, as well as attack gear. Even if they're like 4 stars or like they are not very good substats, just take it up. You just want the main stats. HP defense is to help her survive. Attack is for her to do a bit more damage because she does take up decent field time. It's not negligible. So any additional damage that you can do is very good. And it only costs very little to take them up to like level 9. At least leave that at like 999 if you're really very unsatisfied with them. As for this one here, this node, I'm not too sure exactly what you are using for this node in particular, what the main stat is, but if it's attack percentage, even if it's like attack percentage, you can still level it up. Unless it's of course another element bonus, like ice damage bonus on Qingyi, then I understand why you're leaving it at 0, but that's my honest feedback. No issues with like leaving it at 9 for stun character right now in terms of your skills. You have her very well invested at all the way up to F2 for your Qingyi. Your Nicole, on the other hand, very underinvested. HP not very important for off-field character. I will actually neglect like HP defense. The ones that you want to focus for Nicole is actually this slot position 2 and these 2 positions over here, which you are not investing in a lot of. I'm not sure why, but either way, this anomaly proficiency 30 plus 30, I would actually rank it as like very low priority for a character like Nicole. You can just slap on another gear. Even like Aether damage bonus is also way better. And if you have this at like level 0, you just need to slap it on. You really won't lose too much by not having this piece over here because she doesn't need too much HP as an off-field character. This slot here, even if you have like attack percentage, Aether damage, whatever it is, try to level it up. Even if it's offset, you can't complete the 2-piece, you get a lot more value than this plus 30 anomaly proficiency on a character that doesn't really proc too much anomaly proficiency anyway for her. So I think that is the things I would consider. So this one here, the attack flat main stat, this node over here, I would assume it's like energy regen. It might be energy regen. So level this up. This is going to help you quite a bit, and change this to like Aether attack. Off piece is fine, but at least get it like level 9, so you have some damage. 13, 13, 13 for these 3, I think is pretty good. I will actually stick it with that. Your first team is like quite well built, but you just need to like get the levels, which is very easy to do. You probably can fix it in 2 days, getting the level up to like 9 of some of them, and slowly gradually change. Your second team, Grace is the character that you care about one of the most on your account, so let's look into this one a bit more. No issues with the levels so far. 4-piece Thunder Metal, I have not much issue with this as long as someone is carrying the Anomaly set and hopefully Swing Jazz as well. If you're going for Anton Rod, you can put the 4-piece on Anton, you can put the Anomaly set on Grace, and you can put the Swing Jazz on Rena. I think that's how I'll allocate it, so you don't have to like re-farm for a new character and like swap everything around. So 4-piece, Anomaly, 2-piece, Thunder Metal will be what I'll be going for Grace if I were to convert to a mono team, since Anton will get a lot of value out of these 2. Other than that, no real issue with your Grace. You have 9, 7, 7, 11, 9, which means that you are actually playing as an off-field Grace. What you are doing here implies like your playstyle for your Grace, which means that you don't really basic attack and play her like dodge, basic attack too much on the field, since you don't really level up your dodge. Your basic attack is okay, but you're focusing more on the special attack, which is likely more quick swap in nature. You don't spend too much massive time with her on the field. You just rotate to your characters very well. This tells me that Thunder Metal is not as critical for her as much as, for example, applying not only the anomaly proficiency but also getting this damage reduction. And Swing Jazz is a very, very strong set. It increases the entire of your squad damage by 15% for 12 seconds. So it's very massive. You get a 15%. You get a massive damage buff of like 15% through your entire team. So you want to have that on one character at least. And once you take out a character like Lucy, which you have in the last slot here, if you're planning to change your team, then this set can go on Rena, and then Rena's Anomaly set go on the Grace. Grace set can move on to Anton, so you don't even have to do too much re-farming at all for whatever you have over here. And the main set, you can like slowly fix them. There's no rush to do that as well. But otherwise, let's see your Grace is more or less okay in terms of investment, the skills. Rena here, yep, though not much basic attack. Actually, Rena is an interesting one. I will occasionally take basic attack for Rena especially if you are in this team competition, because I'm not too sure where you spend your field time on, given that Lucy has very low field time, Grace has very low field time, Rena has very low field time if you wanted to play her relatively low field time. But out of all the 3 characters, Rena is probably the one that you can expand a bit on in terms of field time. So I think that it's worth it to invest in some of these stuff for Rena. She's not like a purely off-field DPS, because you still have the like basic attack to send Drusilla and whatever the other one's name is out on field as well. So I think those are my thoughts. Special attack, chain attack, not very well invested character though. 77711. I think you can do a little bit more. Core skill 5 here, core skill 6, which is pretty strong. Core skill 4 here. Your characters are all very well invested in. But yeah, those are my thoughts in terms of investment. Priority wise, attack you can go up more. They just contribute to more damage. There's no real loss. So slot 2 and this slot, is it like 4? Is this like 2, 4? Is it 6? This one over here on the bottom right, you can level up this one a little bit more too, because it's likely going to add to you more of your offensive stats for more damage in terms of a team support. Lucy, I'm not going to comment because she's the one that you're probably looking to change. So I think that you can just move on. And that's my thoughts for you, Boogie MJ. And if you guys found this video helpful and you want to also be a part of this account reviews, do join our Discord. In the video, the links are in the video description below, and you can just ask in a similar format. Hope this video helped, and any of you who are watching this video as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more of such future content. We'll be doing more account reviews, and see you in the next video.